that can help you land a good job and improve your quality of life.
I like Harcum and Debbie because I can continue my education.
The teachers are great. The atmosphere is great.
It's all possible through Eileen and Harcum.
Call now or check out our Facebook page at Harcum College at Deliverance Evangelistic Church.
Hey, my name is Sean Patrick Thomas, and I just want to let you know that the PIC TV Network is on Roku, and they're hosting a monthly TV virtual book fair with book authors and readers from all around the world. For dates and times, call 215-609-5255 or go to www.thepictvnetwork.com. My brother David Evans is the president. David, great job, man. Take care.
Hey everybody, David Evans is here from Washington, D.C. Listen, you are going to be in for a great treat today because the TV Virtual Book Fair is on right now. This segment is so special because we have health and wealth book authors and also poetry book authors and our special guest, upcoming book authors here today. Now, we're dedicating this whole book fair to all of the families who lost loved ones in Texas, folks. You know, there's so many people today are heartbroken, just like all of us, the kids, the teachers, the parents in Udell, Texas. I talked to the Lady of Wisdom, and she said, Dr. Evans, we cannot forget him. I talked to Dr. Schiller. She said, we have to get back. I talked to Dr. West, said, we have to get back. And what we begin to do is to strategize and say, what are we going to do? This book fair is dedicated to all of the family members there in Texas. And I'm so happy that I have people from all over the country on today, literally all over the country today here on our book fair. So I want to say hello. We want to give a shout out to everybody down in Texas. We love you from the PIC TV Network from Washington, D.C. Can you give them some love, Dr. Lady of Wisdom from Mississippi? Can you give everybody some love who's watching?
We're just excited to be here. We love you. We appreciate you. Our hearts go out to you, and we send the comfort that can only come from above in this season.
Thank you. Come on, Dr. Annette. Give them some love to the world right now watching.
Hi, everyone. Dr. Annette here. Beautiful Sumter, South Carolina. This is the end of May. It is the Irish Festival here in South Carolina, Sumter, where people come from all over the world, but I don't go there. But people come from all over the world to our little town. Dr. Carolyn's been here, so she know what I'm talking about when I say little. You can run through it, hop, skip, and jump. But I just want to greet you and say welcome to the PIC TV Network and to this wonderful book fair. The other two sessions have been fabulous, and this session will be no different.
Wow. Sam and Rita, can you give us some love from Canada?
I'm Rita Burke, and this is Sam that's sitting to my left. Greetings from Toronto, Canada. We were on the last segment, and as PIC TV Network promises, there's entertainment, There's education, there's information, there's inspiration. We're here because we want to share our love and our thoughts with the folks in Texas who are going through their crisis at this moment. Thanks to Dr. Evans, we are more than delighted to be a part of this segment again.
Thank you so much. Let's take it all. Let's stay in Canada. Come on, Valerie. Come on, tell us about, send us some love from your side of the Canada.
Hi, everyone. I'm Valerie Lorraine, and it's a pleasure to be here with you today. It's a glorious day out. It's a beautiful day to celebrate books and people and send our love and regards to everyone who's going through something right now and try and just give them some peace.
Thank you. I want to go to my brother O before we go to our new persons today who are on for the first time. Brother O, give us some love from Chicago, man.
Hi, everybody. My name is Orion Meadows, coming live from Chicago, and I just want to say that, regardless of whatever is going on, that we're going to make it through. We've been able to endure and persevere through hard times before, and the human spirit is something that has the ability to be able to persevere. So no matter what is going on, just remember that God is on your side and that you can make it through.
Wow, thank you. And then we have some newcomers today for the first time. Now, what I want to warn you is, now Dr. West may cut up, Lady Winter may cut up, Valerie been on before, and Brother O, all of them know me. They know I love to smile and have fun. So if they cut up a little bit, y'all just smile with them. But we want to welcome you on today. Dr. Linda, it's your first time. Tell us where you're from. And we're happy that you're on with us today.
Greetings, Dr. Linda Roberson. I hail from the Atlanta area. Excuse my voice, but it's such a blessing to be here on the PIC TV Network. I just love the network, love the educational shows, and I just love what you all are doing. So thank you so much for having me today.
Thank you. Thank you for coming in from the beautiful, beautiful city, Atlanta. Thank you. And Alexandria, Virginia, my neighbor, right across the bridge. Come on and give us some love from Alexandria.
Hi. I'm so happy to be here. I'm Dawn Dean. I'm here representing the DMV, the V in the DMV. This is my first time here on PIC TV, and I am so glad that I'm doing this segment, giving back to the children in Texas.
Thank you. So let's wave to everybody right there. Let's give them a virtual wave, a virtual hug from DC to Jacksonville, Mississippi, to South Carolina, to Canada, all the way to Canada again, the West Coast. Thank you from Chicago, Alexandria, Virginia, all around the world, Atlanta. So let's get into our presentation today, folks. It's dedicated to all of the kids, Texas, teachers, Texas, parents in Texas. We here for you. This is your broadcast. Many of the authors today are going to be giving books to you, whether it's ebooks or hardcover books. We're going to give books to you because this is our gift from PIC TV Network. Dr. West, this is it. We've been talking about this presentation today. We've been praying over it, how it all came together. And I'm so happy that the book authors, from the religious book authors to the children's book authors, now Health and Wealth, are giving back in poetry. So I want you to bring up, Brother O has a schedule, has to leave shortly. So let's bring him up first, Dr. West, and he will come in and you help me to moderate this show today. Brother O, come on up, man, and talk about your book and talk about how you're going to be giving back to help some families by donating some of these books today.
All right. It's my pleasure. My name is Orion Meadows. I'm a spoken word performance artist. I'm an author, and I'm a hip hop activist in the community right here in Chicago. I work with several organizations. One is NAFI. Another one is PNAP, and NAFI is the National Alliance for the Empowerment of Formerly Incarcerated. Also, I work with PNAP, with the Education Project out of Northeastern Illinois University. And I'm also a member of the Galaxy of Poets. That's on Instagram, and you can find them on Facebook as well. And so I'm an author of 3 books. that one is entitled Inside the Box. The second one is entitled Birthmark, and the third is entitled The Road That Grew Through the Barbed Wire. But also, I contributed to a book which is entitled You Are Not Alone. And the person that actually published the book, her name is Nala. And we were talking about something like this in the book, dealing with trials and tribulations that a lot of adolescents have to deal with growing up. So this is like a topic, an issue as far as suffering, having to persevere through hard times. I've already like gone through that. I've experimented with that with some of my writing because I know that it's coming up as a young child. I went through a lot of things, hardships, dealing with bullying, depression, and things like that. And I know there are a lot of my peers did, and there are a lot of children still going through that right now. And so just to see young people have to suffer from the hands of violence is just something that's dear to me because, you know, I grew up around that, and then unfortunately for me, I took a turn down my life because I reacted to it in a negative way, and I faced the consequences of it, and I saw a lot of my peers have to face the consequences for that. And so I work with an organization that tries to combat that and tries to prevent that from happening with young people today. And we have what we call violence interruption trainings and nonviolence trainings that we have now for the youth, but even for people who come out of prison, because a lot of people that go to prison, they experience some of these things that you know, that our youth are having to experience right now. And what it does is it causes them to react in a way which leads to violence and ultimately leads to incarceration and suffering. So that's what we try to do right now. We try to give them an alternative by teaching them violence prevention and non-violence training. And so my book, Birthmark, the one that you see up there, is actually, it consists of poems that I wrote when I first began to take my life seriously as a writer, as a poet. And so that's why it's entitled Birthmark. And you see, you know, a picture of me when I was very young. And, you know, it symbolizes that it's my birth as a writer. And I talk about my experiences that I had when I was younger in the streets, certain things that I felt, and then the realizations that I had as well, though, having a negative impact on my community. And, you know, how it affected my family and how I felt like I needed to change as a way of paying homage to my ancestors. And so you'll find all of those things in that book, Birthmark, right there.
Amazing. You know, when I see this book up there and I see you up here, and I want to go to Dr. West, who is a publisher. She is my advisor for my book coming up. Dr. West, I seen you shaking your head the whole time that Brother O was talking. What was registering with you when you was talking about him and his?
Thank you so much for Orion for doing this book. It's such an important book. Why? Because so many of us are birthed into marks. We have birthmarks that are connected to us. And I was just thinking, like, even the fact of having a birthmark that maybe people can't see, but we know it's there. We might mask it and cover it, but it's still there. But to be able to understand who you are, what you've come through, how you've endured, and then to be able to say, I'm an overcomer. That's what I hear you saying. The mark of my birth is not the trajectory of my future, is what I hear you saying. So I really see how, and I love your picture on that book. That is just too cute. But I can see this in the hands of, and I wouldn't even say a lot of young people, but that's a good start. But I mean, you know, there's a lot of people, all kind of ages, still holding on to stuff. So I think this is a great read, definitely. Thank you so much.
Brother O, how many books are you giving away, Brother O? Because we know during this time and session that we have dedicating to the teachers and the kids and parents in Texas. How many are you giving away, brother? Oh,
And so I'm giving away 5 books of Birthmark and 5 books of Inside the Box.
wow. Brother O, how can they get in touch with you?
Well, you can find me my email, and also I have a website which is entitled Sahu Creative. That's my company, so they can get in touch with me that way. And yeah, basically, just hit me with my email, which is Orion Metals, my name 67 at gmail.com, and also, like I said, you can find me at my website, which is Sahu Creative.
Wow. You know how else they can find you, brother? Oh, because you on Pic TV Network every day, man. You the program executive director of your own show, man, the Prison Freedom Show. So all you got to do is turn on Pic TV Network, and this brother is on every day, segment number 8. Just 2 minutes, brother. Oh, talk about the Prison Freedom Show, man, what that means to you, and some of the guests you have already came on Pic TV Network through the Prison Freedom Show. Just 2 minutes. I know we don't want to go too far off the subject today, but you have a television show that's on right now that people don't know about. But tell them about the Prison Freedom Show and some of the coasts that you came on down there was amazing. Amazing.
Oh yeah. So the Prison Freedom Show that we have, I've had guests come on who have experienced incarceration themselves. Then I have some who they have not necessarily gone to prison, but they are advocates for prisoners' rights and for helping them be return to society and be able to have a successful transition. I've had Professor Bennett Lee. He was incarcerated for he had an experience where he was in and out of prison for a while, and then he decided to change his life, and he hasn't gone to prison in almost 4 decades now, and he's a professor at Northeastern Illinois University. He's my mentor right now. I've had a director of the non-traditional degree program, which is entitled The University Without Walls, and a woman named Celia Colon, who was incarcerated, and when she got out, she started her own organization to help women who are getting out of prison make a successful return to society, because she felt that there weren't enough resources for women coming out of prison. So those are just some of the people that I've had on there. Also another, and we're going to have a second part of the interview, Lamont Carey. And he's a successful poet. He's been on The Wire. He's been on Def Poetry Jam, and he's doing work with returning citizens. That's just some of the few guests that I've had, and we plan to have more guests as the show continues.
Yeah, man, I love you, man, because, man, we be burning the midnight oil, brother. Man, sometimes me and this brother, because I'm in D.C. and he's from Chicago, and sometimes we hit it on 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning. He's up and ready to go because he works all night, y'all, all night long, all night. And I be trying to man, I got to get my rest, and
right
out there. We got to push this show. But the last one, we were having another episode. I think it was episode 8. You were trying to get somebody who work at the shelter. You was trying to get them on. Tell us a little. Just give us a little snippet about that interview.
Oh yes. So I've actually talked to people that work for Inner Voice Corporation, and what Inner Voice does is it facilitates residences for people who are homeless. And so I've actually talked to some people that work there, and they're going to come on and talk about their experience with people who are homeless and providing them with the resources that they need, not just providing them with food and shelter, but also trying to help them find employment and get on the right track, because a lot of them, they have issues that present obstacles for them being able to be successful.
Right.
What it does is it actually it continues. It allows them to continue to be homeless because they don't know how to get on the right track. And so we try to provide them not with just food and just shelter, but also with the other tools that are needed so that they don't have to resort to some of the things that eventually lead them back into living that type of lifestyle.
Amazing, man. I know you have another commitment. You have to go. I can't wait. PIC TV Network, we're blessed to have some managers on to today who are book authors also, and that is, we are blessed to have Brother O on. You got to check this show out. Along with the Lady of Wisdom, we have our own channel, our own show, our own program on PIC TV Network, channel 999. You got to see that right now. After we finish with this show, jump on over there and see the Lady of Wisdom, Mothers and Daughters series, 24 hours a day. Also the Prison Freedom channel with Brother O on, having people from all over the world talking. Lady of Wisdom, I just saw you connecting. I know Brother O has to go because he has to go back to work. Lady of Wisdom, I saw you connecting while he was talking. What was that vibe about when I saw you shaking your head while Brother O was talking?
I'm just so proud of him because I have had prison ministry for a long time through my church. And I know how important it is with the re-entry back in society, some of the issues with finding jobs and just really finding stable living conditions. So I'm just so proud that you're bringing up the subjects that really matter and you're making a difference. And I applaud you on your show and just encourage people to go and watch, and you continue to do what you're doing and know that, you know what, your labor is definitely not in vain.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
24 years he's been in. He's coming out. He's working in society. He has 3 books out. He's giving books back. He's the PIC TV Network manager in Chicago. Lady of Wisdom. Only God sent us all these people.
Only God.
You already know. You already know, Lady of Wisdom. Only God sent us all these people, and this is only a little small spectrum of the success stories that we have on PIC TV Network. It's amazing because I didn't even know, Lady of Wisdom, you was at prison ministry. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. You know, not only prison ministry, we have a seminary school. We do so many things because you cannot live in this society and have been blessed without giving back. That's fundamentally required. If you say that you love the Lord, then you understand community service. And when you have experienced something, the Bible says that it is your testimony that makes you an overcomer. We are overcomers because of our testimony. So when we share our stories, we help others. So let's share our stories, invite others. PIC TV has 60 channels. We're inviting people that may be watching today that want to come on to Dr. O. I'm going to call him Dr. O. I want you to come to my seminary school and get your degree. We want you to have the opportunity to come on to the television station. The vision that Dr. Evans has is a great vision, and it's inclusive of everyone. So if you have a gift for singing, talent, poetry, whatever, cooking, whatever it may be, and you want to share your talents, give us a call at PIC TV. We will be more than happy to work with you to make your dreams become your reality on PIC TV. God bless y'all.
All right. Thank you. Thank you all. And I'd definitely like to connect with you. I have to, go and tend to these other things, but it's been a pleasure for me to be here. And definitely I'll be in touch with you, man.
We all love you. We all love you. Oh, man, I'm so proud of you and the things that you're doing to help the world to be a better place and help our television network with Prison Freedom Channel. All right, we're going to go into some more interviews, and I'm going to turn this over to Dr. West. Dr. West, I want you to come and talk about your health and wellness and then bring on some more of these guests, and I'll be back after that. Unmute your microphone, Dr. West. Unmute your microphone. Unmute your mic. There you go.
Do I have access to do whatever it is you're asking me to do?
All you got to do is to do your thing. I'll be back. Do your thing.
Good. Then I will do my thing. So listen, everyone. Thank you so much, Dr. Carolyn Coleman. Love you. Valerie, good to see you. I'm going to be just sharing a little bit. I don't know if you can see this. This is holistic wellness. I got a little glare from my, what do you call it? My ring lights. But this is holistic wellness, mind, body, spirit. There's actually a holistic wellness 31-day journal as well. But my emphasis is holistic wellness. And, people are like, whoa, who are you really? So I like to tell people first, my disclaimer. I am a doctorate, but I am not a medical doctor, not interested in being a medical doctor, but everything that I share with people is based on my experiences in over 40 years of trying to take care of this vessel. The reason I say 40 years, because I wasn't worried about it the first low 20s, the first 22 years, I really wasn't concerned about it. But once I focused my mind on it, holistic wellness is about us having alignment with the Lord. Mind, what we think, body, what we intake, what we do to take care of our bodies, the spiritual aspects of our walk, all of this is aligned with the Lord. It's aligned with how he created Adam and Eve in the garden, where everything was perfect, everything was great, everybody was healthy, wealthy, and mentally, it was there. But of course, we know through time, things have changed. But I want to talk about the choices that we make every day is going to be what creates our holistic wellness. Listen, hear me out. The choices that we make every day will determine our holistic wellness. What are we willing to do? What type of decisions are we willing to make? What type of adjustments to our habits and behaviors are we willing to make? In Genesis, the 6th chapter and the 3rd verse, it talks about how God decided that he was going to change the lifespan of man, woman being gender neutral. And he went from, before people lived 800, 900 years. But anyway, he said, and I ask this question often, how many years? And people would say 70. Well, that's 70. Or they'll say 80. That's 40. But it's actually 120 years in the book of Genesis, the 6th chapter, 3rd verse. It says God has given us a lifespan that could be 120 years. So I like to ask the question, think about the age you are today. And if you happen to live 120 years, what do you think you are doing today that's going to make a difference in how you are at 120? Y'all listen, I don't know if I'll live to be 120 because the masses don't, but God said it is a possibility. The scientists have actually said 127 years. If we really pay attention and we look at, if you go to African and Asian cultures, especially Asian cultures, you will see many people that live to be over 100 years, 115 years of age. Okay, so we have to look to ourselves and say, what can I do that can make a difference in me, that can change the trajectory of my life for better? So listen, y'all, this is a great year. I'm trying to think how old I am. Okay. That's funny, y'all. That's funny. So anyway, this year, I turned 61 years old. Y'all hear me? I turned 61 years old. And so what I am saying is I feel comfortable in the skin that I'm in at 61. And I'm saying, Lord, if you give me 120, what I need to make sure is I'm in my right mind. I can do things for myself. Now, don't keep me here if I can't think and if I can't do. But I want to be here as long as I am able to actively engage and help other people, because it's not just about us getting it. It's about us sharing it with other people. So that's why I talk about this holistic wellness. And in my book, Holistic Wellness, there is a chapter in here that actually talks about what God wants for his people. The expectation that God has for us. 3 John 1:2 says, Beloved, I pray that all may go well with you and that you may be in good health as it goes well with your soul. So the Lord definitely wants our soul. He knows our soul is going to be well because we're in him. But he is saying to us that he wants every aspect of our life to be in good standing. I talk often about I'm the wellness to wealth coach, okay? And I believe God wants us to be well in every area of our life. And when we are well in those areas, we begin to create the predestined wealth that God says we can have. So when our minds are focused and in tune, then we think the things that do what? Help to build us up mentally. When we have mental wellness, we are able to really process and think about the things that we can do for what? The greater value in our lives, the wealth that we can leave for our children's children that the Bible says that we can have. So I believe it's a season now of moving away from what was into what can be. And to the greater that the Lord has for us. So we need to begin to set up the dynamic for our lives. I do a private group sometimes, and it's called 31 Days Clean Eating, Mind, Body, Spirit. And people were like, well, what are we going to be talking about? Food. We are going to talk about food, but we're going to talk about some things that's mental for us too. Okay, because a lot of us still walking around with issues like Orion was talking about from when we were kids. Now it's time for us to drop those things so that we can do what? Have release of our mind so that we can be able to go forward and do the things that we need to do. One of the reasons that I wrote this book is because I have talked and coached and counseled enough people to know, especially women, we do so much for everybody else that we often put ourselves on the back burner. We take care of husbands, we take care of kids, parents, grandparents, community people, church, you name it. We're just doing everything for everybody, but we often neglect ourselves. And then what happens for a lot of people, especially women, is now all of a sudden you're in your 40s and your nest is getting ready to be empty. And now you're thinking about, I'm not going to have any children. What am I going to do with my time? And then you say, I neglected my health and my wealth. And now it's a season for me to think about taking care of me. So my book is really to empower and encourage people that there is more that we can do, that we can take an assessment. We can make an assessment of our life and find the better ways to help us to move forward. So in this book, I talk about, like I say, I talk about wellness and how God established it for us. I have a chapter on mind wellness, and then I end with some points. I talk about body wellness, and body is not just exercise, even though exercise is important, but that's not the number one thing. Actually, 80% of what we eat is a determining factor in our bodies. And only 20% is the exercise, okay? So just be mindful of that. So we have to make sure that we're eating the right things, that we're adjusting our recipes in such a way that we are creating healthier things. I tell people all the time, they say, well, what diet do you recommend? I don't recommend no diet. I recommend no diet. What I recommend is finding the things that you can use that is going to help you stay on track. Because if I give you a diet, but you don't stay committed to it, then what's the purpose? It's all a waste. So what we need to decide to do is, I used to enjoy sugar. Y'all know sugar, right? Because you know sugar is the friend to your waistline, right? We all know that sugar is the friend to our waistline. So I used to enjoy, my sweets, okay? But you know what I did? I went to California about 12 years ago. My daughter and her husband were stationed in California, and I stayed there for a month. Got exposed to a lot of healthy restaurants and just you name it, and changed my thinking even more. So I said, I'm going to take sugar out of my diet. Wait a minute. She's going to take sugar out of her diet? How's she going to take sugar out of her diet? What's she going to do? Okay. All right. So I'm going to try some different things that are supposed to be natural and see what do I like that I can benefit from. So y'all, everything that I used to cook, I still cook sweet potato pie for my husband. I still cook his lemon cakes. I still cook everything that he liked. But you know what I use now? I use organic stevia. Why? Because stevia is an organic, it's a natural herb that comes from the ground, it's processed, and now we have it as a sweetener that is probably 10 times sweeter than sugar. But now you can adjust and still enjoy the things that you like for you in your household. So that's one of the things that I talk about. I talk about my 31 days in California, some of the things that I picked up and started doing. Herbal teas, especially green teas, and how good they are for your system and how they can flush you just having 1 cup every day. There are so many great things that we can do, but in this book, I talk about a whole lot of things. I actually have a section in there where there's an infusion drink so that people can drink their water. That a lot of people don't like their water, but guess you can have water and put some fruit in it. So this water here is actually beet juice. So I've got a cap of beet powder, and they said 8 to 10 ounces. I stretched it to 20 ounces, and I'll drink this. I didn't add any other sweetener, but I'm going to get my beet every day. So we need to find, I could tell y'all so much, but we need to find the things that will help us to go forward and do better in taking care of these vessels that God has given us. Because remember, you're just a steward of this. It doesn't belong to you. Back to you, Dr. David.
I can't wait till you have your show. It's gonna be amazing. You know, I got so many questions, and I know we cannot go into details about the show yet, but I want to ask you about water. I'm eating the blueberries right now. I got blueberries. Want to see one? Got some blueberries. I'm eating blueberries right now. Because when I was growing up, I was eating pork chops, chillings, smoked butts. I was eating all of this other stuff, pigtails, pig ears. White lady wasn't laughing at me right now. You know, I was eating I was eating so much because I was young, 9 kids in the family, drinking 2A sodas, no water. I never drank water. I hated water growing up. Sodas every day, oatmeal cookies, 2A drinks, and mashed potato chips. And I had 16 cavities in my mouth at 12 years old, 16 cavities. And I tried to get straight over the last 40 years. Where's Burke at? Let me bring Burke up here, him and his wonderful wife, Burke. Because I was young and I just ate everything around me. And I didn't have the knowledge, Dr. West. But when I turned 30, 40 years old, I drank water. I haven't drank sodas in 7 years. I'm eating my berries now. I wake up in the morning. I get away from that sugar and that salt. I got a little bit of diabetes, which is on the low end. I take cholesterol medicine on the low end. But I got so many questions for you, you know, man, because I want to live. I want to live to see like Burke, Lady of Wisdom Mom, you know.
Amen.
I got so many questions for you because when it comes to health and wealth, I don't want to abuse my body. I don't drink. I don't smoke on a man of cloth. But there's so many other things. People think because I'm slim, I'm tall, dark, and handsome, that I don't, there's nothing wrong with me. Burke was, Dr. West said, you better eat, you better rest, you better take care of yourself. Folks who watch the Pic TV Network segment today, you just heard from one of our new show hosts coming up, Dr. West. She is going to be an amazing television show coming on Pic TV Network. She took her time talking about health and wellness because we don't have that many speakers on this segment. So she kind of spoke for all our health and wellness segment speakers today. But I enjoy her because she helped me formulate even this show today that we're dedicating to everybody in Texas. Love you, Dr. West.
Thank you.
I need you to help me on a couple of things as we talk, and I can't wait till your show come up. With that said, folks, we are going to move on to our next guest today, who's with us for the first time. We have Dean on. Dean, you are in the business, Don. Dean, you're in the room with us today. Tell us how you came on to Pic TV Network. Who invited you?
The Lady of Wisdom. The Lady of Wisdom, Dr. Carolyn Coleman.
Wow.
She is my mother, so I call her Mama Cece. Yes, but I want to go back to Dr. West for a second because I have my water here too, and I learned, Dr. West, I learned the hard way the importance of health. When I was 30 years old, my doctor suggested that I go out on disability, and I'm like, I can't go out on disability. I have 3 kids to raise. And I learned the hard way the importance of health, especially your mental health, because once that starts declining, you know, like with depression and stuff, it can change, it alters your body.
Amen.
So I love what you're doing, and I can't wait to hear more about your show. And it is about making a decision. It's about making a decision. But I held out for 5 more years, you know, to work. I changed jobs. You know, I was a retail manager, and I had to go into the work behind the desk, something that I wasn't happy or fond of. but I had to make a decision.
Amen.
So I love what you're talking about. Love it.
Thank
Mind,
you so
body, and
much,
soul.
Dawn.
Yes. So I am an author. And also Mr. O, what he was talking about today, I love what he was talking about today, because we need prison reform, but we also need our systems to be healed, mended. Those cracks in those systems need to be healed and mended, reformed all the way around the law. And my books is Cracks in the Pavement, you can see up here, but also Cracks in the Pavement, Struggles of Butterflies. And it's about the struggles that's in our communities, that plague our communities. And it takes you all the way from Africa, you know, coming here on the ship, and all the things that we've gone through as a people, as a community, and all our struggles. And then I have the effects. It's called Cracks in the Pavement and the Butterfly Effects. And these are all the effects of the trauma that we pass down generation. But we have to heal. We definitely have to heal. And so the third series, part of this series, is Cracks in the Pavement, The Flight. And the flight is about us recognizing and becoming aware of what the struggles were, the trauma that it caused us, and those effects of those traumas that pass down from generation to generations onto our children. And sometimes we're not even aware that we're doing that, but the trauma that we've gone through with our own life experiences that was passed down from our grandmothers to our moms to then us and then our kids and then, you know, so on and so on. Sometimes we're not even aware of that trauma. So I'm so glad, even though so much is happening in the world, I'm so kind of glad that it is, because it's opening people's minds. People are woke now. They're waking up, and we all need to heal together. I mean, we need to heal this country together. But like Dr. West was saying, it is about making a decision. And I want to give away some books to Texas. It's a 200-page journal. It has some poems in it as well. And I want to give it away to the family, parents, and the kids in Texas. So I'm going to give away 7 of these books, and you can send me an email at Dawn, D-A-W-N, Dean, D-E-A-N, books and film is all spelled out A-N-D, films@gmail.com. And in the subject line, you can put 777, and I will mail you out a book. Yes. Can't hear you.
Thank you, Dawn. I'm so happy again to hear you today. Oh, wow. Your first time on Pic TV Network, your first experience on Pic TV Network. How do you enjoy the commercials, the team? You have some of the old timers who've been on with me a long time, Lady Wisdom. She's a pro because she has a television show and she's been on so many times. And you have Burke and his wife. They've been on. These are old timers who've been on our television network so many times. Dr. West, she's been on 5 or 6 times and she speaks to me every day. But how do you feel being a new person coming on today for your first time on Pic TV Network?
It feels awesome. It really feels good. And like I said before, to be here during this segment, during this time, to be giving back to the families, you know, in Texas, it feels really good, because I am a grandmother. I have collectively, I have 14 grandkids. You know, some of them are bonus grandkids. And when I heard about Texas, I just thought about my own children, my own grandkids, you know, how I would feel. And I thought about those parents, the grandparents, because this trauma doesn't just affect those kids. As you can see, it affects the family. It affects the community. It affected the world. So to be here today, to be a part of this segment, I'm blessed. I'm blessed.
Again, so you're giving away books today to remember those who in Texas, and I want to thank you. You know, there's a lot of people today going to be smiling because you decided to give away some free books. Don, thank you. You know, it's gonna help somebody to be encouraged, motivated, inspired by getting a book from you. I'm happy.
Yes, one of the things that I learned when I had taken ill was I learned poetry pretty much saved my life, and that's I'm a poet at heart. But I wanted to give away this particular book because it's pages that you can just write your emotions out. Like journaling it's like a therapy with a pen. You just get your pen and your paper and you just write out those emotions, because a lot of times we harbor those emotions and they build up. And then we do, like O was saying earlier, then we lash out and we do bad things because that bullying builds it up, or that sadness build up. And when you're writing, you just getting it all out. It's really, really therapeutic. And I wanted to give away that journal.
I'm so happy and I'm excited, for you coming on for the first time and you coming on giving. Folks, you watch this special presentation on the PIC TV Network. My name is David Evans, your president of PIC TV, and I'm excited about all of these book authors coming on today and they giving back and supporting folk around the world, especially to the parents and loved ones in Texas. We can't say thank you enough for letting us give back to you. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. Speaking of somebody new with us today, I want to bring in another new person, Linda. Dr. Linda, this is your first time. I'm trying to spotlight you with Don, because this is your first time. Tell us what you love about it, and what do you expect to do as you go forth with your projects?
Well, I am grateful to be here on PIC TV. I thank Dr. Carolyn Coleman, Mama Cece affectionately called, for just connecting me and introducing me to the PIC Television Network. And I'm excited to be here. I love the array of shows, whether it be entertainment or education. It's just a vast array of shows, and I really love it. And we're working on some things to come forth and to share, to help people. I have a heart to help people that are hurting, people that are stuck in life, and people need help. My heart goes out to the parents and the teachers and everyone that was involved in the Texas shootings. We continually keep them in prayer. I can only imagine what they're going through, but my prayer goes out to them. And it's a beautiful thing, Dr. Evans, that you're doing here, dedicating this book author showcase to that cause. And so I'm sure it's appreciative. But yes, I love what PIC TV is doing for the community, so many great things. And if anyone has not tuned in or isn't a regular watcher or supporter of the PIC TV Network, I encourage you to do so. I love the mother-daughter channel. So much wisdom, so many tidbits, and so many other, like I said, it's just a plethora of information. Whatever your desire or your interest is, there's something for you on PIC TV. So come on board. You'll love it. Thank you.
Sorry. Thank you, Lady Wisdom. Lady, you've done it again. How did you bring this queen on? What did you motivated her? She's a part of our PIC TV Network family already, and she's talking about our program, shows, and everything. Talk about Lady Wisdom, how you built a relationship with this wonderful queen.
Well, actually, the story with Linda is a couple of years back. She called me one day and said, "Oh, I was listening to Dr. Danielle Woodingham, and Coach said that you were the perfect person to get involved for me to complete my PhD." So she graduated from my seminary school on about 3 or 4 weeks ago. So congratulations on that PhD. But in addition to that, and having the opportunity to work with her through these years, I recognized that she had some great skills and a beautiful heart. And you look at Dawn is coming on. She's planning on doing a program. Linda is going to be doing a program. Dr. West, she starts her regular program. Apostle Brown, those are all people that God just blessed me to have the opportunity to tap into their lives and say, you know what, there is something so great in you that God is not going to allow it not to be shown or seen by the world. And so when when you challenged me and you provided me unexpectedly, say, Lady Wisdom, you have channel 999, that's your channel. That pushed me and elevated me into such a way. I said, Lord, I want quality. If you bless me with a television channel, I want to bring on quality people with a quality message who have a heart for you. And therefore, they will have a heart for the people that they are talking to and communicating with. And so he literally navigates me into places and into clubhouses and into Facebook or interconnection where one person will contact another and say, hey, I heard something and I'm interested in what you're doing. Tell me about it. So that's how we got involved. It was through Mama's Book of Prayers that I had an opportunity to get involved with you, Dr. Evans, and Pic TV. When I created the journal and workbook along with my daughter, and we came on to your show, you had a divine intervention from God, no doubt. And you said, you know what, y'all need to come back and have the mother-daughter show. Well, the mother's-daughter show has grown, and we have built fan bases across the country because of your work and your great insight. And so as a result of that, I tapped into that, into the anointing of the Holy Ghost, and said, you know what, there's something unique about Pic TV. You do not limit people. You look for people and their talent, and you expose them. And everyone that I have seen on Pic TV has this magnificent heart for God. And that doesn't mean that everything is about the Lord, though everything is. It simply means that we have positions, titles, poetry, acting, singing, dancing, entrepreneurship. And when I meet these wonderful people, my mom is 92, Dr. Evans. We talk about Mama all the time. Well, guess what? I'm trying to get myself back together. Come on. At age 65, I feel like this is the greatest season of my life. And I said to the Lord, let me be able to do more. So I hooked up with Dr. West, and she's coming on with Chat with Dr. Annette. Her program will be coming on this upcoming month, along with Linda's program. And we're believing for sponsors. Come on, somebody. If you're watching this and the messages that you have seen from these women have in any way connected with your spirit, contact me at 601-405-2050 or go to my website, www.drcclifecoach.com, and say, I want to sponsor one of those women to make those programs continue. Come on, sponsor the Mother-Daughter Show, sponsor Dr. Annette's show, sponsor Dawn Dean with her poetry, sponsor Dr. Linda. Yes, we're coming on, but guess what? Valerie's out there. Valerie has a powerful message. I love the two, I call them my senior friends. When I met them and heard them talk about they were writing a book for children in Canada, and I said, oh my God, I just love them. I love what the message. And that's what 60 channels on Roku television under the vision and to David Evans has created. And so we go forth in Jesus' name.
Thank you, Dr. Lady of Wisdom. I always enjoy you. I've built a relationship with the Lady of Wisdom, folks, and we had so many times that we came on. And what I love about her, folks, you don't know this, but when we met almost 6 months ago, another network tried to buy her out and say, we want you to come over here and do something else with our network. And she said, I'm with Pic TV. She said, I was there with Dr. Evans. And I was like, wait to see what happens there. There was no shows at that time. There was no television channels at that time for her. But because she was faithful, we rewarded her. She's the only one that has her own channel. This lady is on 24 hours a day with her daughter, Mother's Daughter's television show. I'm the executive producer, and we had at least 8 episodes. They're on right now, channel 999. And I love her so much. And I just see everything coming together, folks, with Dr. West's show and coming on and talking about health, because I can't wait to get on there because I'm drinking more water and stuff. So it's going to be amazing. Let's keep this ball rolling because it's Memorial Day weekend. We don't want to keep you guys too much longer. Let's go to Valerie. Canada is in the house. Hey, Valerie, how you doing, Valerie?
I'm good, thank you. I'm good, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. I am a recent author of my book, Falling. I have a copy here so you can see it. It's available on Amazon, Kindle, and paperback. So it's been a pleasure to have everyone's support and enjoy the journey of being published. It was quite a learning experience. And I'm working on my second book and some other projects. So I just continue to work at being an author. It's a poetry book, and it's poetry has become very dear to me. I've made some lovely connections, and it's just been such a pleasure to meet everyone on Pic TV, to be part of this journey. Thank you, Dr. Evans.
Do you have? Tell us about. Did it spread to Canada? I'm pretty sure it did when the incident happened with the kids and the teachers' lives that were taken. And talk about how you felt in Canada, when you saw and heard the news.
Well, to be quite clear, it spread far past Canada. It spread all over the world. Everyone is quite aware of what happened and shocked, horrified. The heartbreaking, absolutely heart-wrenching, preventable. There's a lot that needs to change in this world, and the protection of lives, period. But our children, the world's children, are just so callously being unprotected, and we just really need to take a look at how we can make change. No parent should ever have to go through such heartbreak and misery and trauma that will affect them for their entire time here. So, it's just, as a parent, as a mother, as a human, it's just outrageously heartbreaking.
Yeah, it is. Talk about your book right here. We got it up there. You've been on before. Talk a little bit about the book.
Well, Falling is the birth of my writing. So I started writing I've written all my life, but I started writing seriously and dedicatedly you got me moved here. I gotta, and so Falling was the birth of my writing, and a collection of poems that took me through a tough journey in my life. I was going through a lot. I had a lot of earth-shattering changes happen in my life, and I collected poems, which to me it's an emotional story. To others, it's a journey of poetry. But this was a labor of love for me to make sure that this book got out. I've continued to grow within my poetry, and this book just signifies a part of my life that was a catapult of growth for me. So I would actually like to share a piece that I believe is fitting for this time in Texas. And I'm just going to adjust myself so I get a bit more light. So this is page 91 of the book, and it's called Friends. I cannot stop the darkness from coming, those moments when you think why. The despair that creeps in like fog easing in on the bay. My hand reaches for you. My fingers touch yours, touching your soul as I sit beside you. No words. I breathe your presence. Your darkness is mine. I will share it with you. I will sit beside you until it passes, until you can get up and walk. Then we will wade through tall grasses until we come to a garden, and I will pick a bouquet of pink, and blue and purple wildflowers and give them to you. I smile. That smile that I have is just for you. And a little more light shines into our lives. For now, I am with you.
Thank you. That was amazing. You've been on before. I enjoyed you as usual. Awesome. Giving you a lot of love, support.
Thank you.
You guys have made my day so special. I'm just like, I'm like a little kid in a toy factory. You know, I'm so happy today because you guys have taken time out of your special weekend where people are at the beach, hanging out, doing beautiful things on a sunny day or wherever you are, to come on this book fair and to give back. Even the dog is happy. You know, the dog is happy. It's all good. Let him bark. He's supposed to bark. He's the dog. Let the dog do his thing. You know. So, folks, as we close out this segment today, this is the PIC TV Network. Want to thank you for your time. And we're so happy for all of you who shared on this TV virtual book fair. Thank you, Burke. Thank you, Burke, from coming in from Canada. Thank you, Dr. Sheila, for coming in. Alabama. Thank you, Lady Wisdom, Mississippi. Thank you for coming in, Dr. West. Giving us some love, some in South Carolina. Thank you, Valerie. Canada's here. Dean, right across the bridge. We're going to hang out, get some salad together. And all of our guests, Linda, nothing but love for you. We had a wonderful time, everybody. Let's give everybody a wave clap today. We'll see you next time on the PIC TV Network. Thank you for attending the PIC TV Network Book Fair, everybody. Check you out later. Bye-bye. Hey, little man, what's your new TV network you're going to be watching?
PIC TV.
There you go. Everybody, you made it to the end of this book fair. Don't forget, we got many, many more. And you can watch the repeat, PIC TV Network repeat on Twitter, PIC TV Network Book Fair repeat on YouTube, PIC TV Network repeat on Facebook, PIC TV Network repeat on Twitch. We are all over the place, folks. Don't forget to tell somebody about the PIC TV Network Book Fair, that we dedicated this to all of the families down in Texas, teachers, parents, kids in Texas. And don't forget, you can also scan that QR code. Get your phone, that QR code right there, right above on the screen. Scan that QR code, and then the PIC TV Network will pop up right on your screen. When you scan that QR code, boom, you can give a donation. You can also contribute. You can be a part of our shows and programs. This helps us to stay alive and do great things. Scan the QR code. Send a gift of support to the PIC TV Network. Thank you for your time, everybody. My name is David Evans. God bless you. Until we meet again. Bye-bye.